Alright, so today what we're going to do is just take a look through this book. It's called The Amazing Human Body. It's a little hardcover book. And it's just different fun facts about the human body. So I will just be flipping through here and reading a little on each page. Just a picture of all of the different systems. You can see all of the organs and bones, nerves, muscles, blood vessels. And here is just the contents. Goes over everything. Just some more pictures. And here's a little introduction. I won't read that. It does say, from head to toe, the human body can be divided into the head, the neck, the thorax or chest, the abdomen and pelvis, the upper limbs, and the lower limbs. Just a little more of an introduction. Okay, so we start here with the skull. So I will read just this little passage here, and each part of the body. There are some different facts, fun facts, things like that. So I've chosen a few to read. Alright, so starting here with the skull. Here we are. It's one of the most important and complex parts of the human skeleton is the skull. The skull is very important as it provides armored protection to one of the most vital human organs, the brain. However, only the upper dome-shaped part of the skull protects the brain. The lower part creates a background structure which gives each human their facial features. Facial features are not biologically important, but do play an important role within our social environment. Similar features such as 2 eyes, 1 nose, and 1 mouth placed in roughly the same area on a face help humans to identify each other as the same species. Let's see over here. Just a little fun fact. It says, bringing the dead back to life. The lower part of the skull plays such an important part in the basis of facial features that modern technology allows scientists to work out what a person's face would have looked like just by analyzing the skull and facial bones. This process is called facial reconstruction and is applied in many fields, including forensic science and archaeology. So let's see. And it's just some more information about the skull. And here we have the mouth. The mouth is a wonderfully designed machine. Not only is it one of the key parts of the digestive system, but it also helps us to communicate. The mouth is lined with mucous membranes, which protect the inside and keep the mouth moist. Let's see here. Let's see. Just a little fun fact here. Why do we have lips? The lips perform many tasks such as helping to eat food, positioning food in the mouth, chewing, and speaking. The lips are made up of muscle which allow mobility. They are covered with skin on the outside and with slippery mucous membranes on the inside. The reddish tint of the lips comes from blood vessels lying just under the surface, which is why the lips can bleed so easily if you hurt them. And here we have the tongue. So, the tongue is an amazing muscle that is linked to our sense of taste. Although our sense of taste doesn't keep us alive, just imagine how boring life would be if we couldn't taste things. The tongue also helps us to speak and digest food. And down here, just a little fact. Speaking and the tongue. Okay. The tongue has other functions as well as helping us to taste, such as helping us to speak. Muscles in the back of the tongue help to make certain sounds, such as the letters R, K, and G. Next time you are speaking, concentrate on the movements your tongue makes. Can you feel how it moves against the top of your mouth to create the sounds? And our ice cream looks good. There's a couple more fun facts. The hardest tongue twister in the English language, according to the Guinness World Records, is the sixth sheep's sick. Never heard that one before. And right here, did you know women have shorter tongues than men? No, I did not know that. And then we move on to the teeth. Teeth help to bite and chew food. Just imagine how difficult it would be to eat an apple without them. First teeth start to appear in babies between 6 to 12 months. These teeth are called milk teeth, and most children will have 20 teeth by the age of 3. At the age of 5 or 6, the first teeth start to fall out to make way for the larger adult teeth. By the age of 14, most people will have a set of 28 adult teeth. Between the ages of 17 to 21, the final 4 teeth, called wisdom teeth, appear, although not everyone gets these. And here we have the eyes. Okay. So let's read about the eyes. Sight is the human body's main sense. Although we can function without sight, we rely on our eyes to learn about our surroundings. From the moment we wake up until we go to sleep at night, our eyes are in constant use. We use our eyes for almost every activity we do, from writing, reading, watching TV, to crossing the road. The list is endless. The eyes help to determine shapes, colors, movements, and much more. Around 2/3 of the information the brain receives comes from the eyes. This information travels along the optic nerve and goes to the brain. Then the information is processed by the brain, which helps us to make decisions. For example, if you see a ball flying towards you, you will move out of the way quickly. And let's see a little fact over here. The iris, the colored part of the eye, is as unique as a fingerprint. Some airports now have high-tech scanners as a way of identifying people quickly. And a little more about the eyes. This is Mythbuster. Eating carrots will improve vision. Let's see. The benefits of eating carrots may have been slightly exaggerated in World War II. The British, in an effort to keep their newly developed radar secret, spread the word that the reason British pilots were really able to perform so well at night was that they ate lots of carrots. What really helps your eyesight is vitamin A, and while carrots contain vitamin A, they only provide you with a small amount. Other foods high in vitamin A are milk, cheese, egg yolk, and liver. So here we have the ears. Okay, let's see. The ears are part of a clever system that enables us to hear sounds. They act a little like satellite dishes, picking up different sound waves and transmitting them into the ear canals. The ears convert these sound waves when they travel through the tiny hairs inside the cochlea and change them into nerve impulses, like electrical messages which are sent to the brain. The brain then decodes and makes sense of the sounds we hear. And here on this side, talking about sound. Sound is a type of energy made by vibrations, and these vibrations are called sound waves. When an object vibrates, it causes movement in the air particles. If your ear is within range of these vibrations, you hear the sound. Humans can hear a wide range of sounds, from high notes to low notes. Children can hear much higher ranges of notes than adults, and the range of notes you hear shrinks with age. Some more information about the ears. Alright, so here, all about the neck. The neck supports the head and also connects the head to the torso. It is defined as the region that starts at the bottom of the lower jaw and finishes at the clavicle or the collarbone. The neck is one of the most complex areas of the body and contains many vital structures, including the spinal cord and thyroid gland, and these are closely packed together within layers of connective tissue. The structure of the neck is composed of muscles, ligaments, and the 7 cervical vertebrae. Here it goes over all of the different structures inside of the neck. Now let's see, just a little fun fact down here. Humans and giraffes have the same number of neck vertebrae. The top cervical vertebrae allow you to move your head up and down, and the second cervical vertebrae allow you to move your head from side to side. One of the main functions of the neck is to protect the nerves that are between the brain and the rest of the body. Talking about the throat. The throat is a muscular tube like a passageway that runs down the neck, taking the food we eat and the air we breathe down into the body. The throat is found behind the nose and mouth. The bottom of the throat splits into 2 parts. The first part, the esophagus, takes food to the stomach, and the second part, the trachea, takes air to the lungs. The throat also contains our voice box or larynx, which helps us to form speech. all of these structures inside of the throat. Let's see. This talks about how does our voice box work. The voice box is known as the larynx, and it is found at the top of the windpipe. When you speak or make a noise, the vocal cords vibrate as you exhale and sound is created. The noise made by the larynx, combined with the shape of your mouth, gives each person a unique sounding voice. The way we move our mouth, tongue, and lips changes the way the noise from the larynx will sound. Controlling vocal cords and changing the pitch of your voice is something we all learn as an infant when we start to talk. Singers control their vocal cords in order to help them sing. And then over here, it says, did you know you can scratch your throat by massaging your ear? If you pull on your earlobe and massage it between your thumb and index finger, the itch will go away. As strange as it sounds, it actually works as massaging the earlobe stimulates the nerves in the ear, which will trigger a reflex in the throat. Okay. And over here, we talk about the skin. Okay, it says, the skin is perhaps the most remarkable part of the human body. It is very important as it covers and protects everything inside the body. Imagine if you had no skin at all. Your muscles, bones, and organs would all be on show and falling out. The skin does more than just hold everything in place. It protects our bodies, keeps our body at the right temperature, and also allows us to have the sense of touch. Okay. It just talks about the different layers of the skin. Some more facts. So now let's take a look at the nails. Let's see. It says, don't bite your nails. Look after them. They are very special. We have nails on all of our fingers and toes. The skin cells in the fingers and toes produce the nails, which are there to protect the fingertips from damage. They also make fingertips more sensitive, as any pressure applied meets a counter force pressure from the nail on the top. So the pressure on the pad of the finger is enhanced. Nails are also used as a tool. They can scratch and grip fiddly little items, such as when you're trying to pull out a splinter from your finger. Okay. Over here it says, did you know if you are right-handed, the fingernails on your right hand will grow faster than those on your left? next here? The hair. Okay, the hair. Hair comes in all shapes and sizes and is all over the body. It is important not only for the body, as it relays sensory information, but is also used in appearance, making you look good. Let's see. Human hair is cut, collected, and sold on for others to use in extensions across the world. Believe it or not, all of your hair follicles are formed before you are even born. When you are a fetus of around 22 weeks, there are around 5 million hair follicles on the body and around 100,000 on the scalp. Okay, that takes a look at the hair itself. Different facts about the growth cycle of hair. And just a little fun fact here. Hair on the scalp grows about 6 inches per year. This shows different hairstyles through the decades. Okay, the thorax. So, the thorax right here. The thorax is the technical name for the chest. This includes the rib cage and everything it encases, from the neck and shoulders down to the abdomen. There are some of the most incredible natural machines. These ingenious biological machines are the thorax organs, such as the beating heart and the breathing lungs. And right here, how cool. If you count your ribs, there are normally 24, with 12 on the right and 12 on the left side. However, some people are born with one less or one more, and it has no great effect on their well-being. And here, we'll talk about the abdomen. The abdomen is the trunk of the body. It is also known as the belly. It is everything from the diaphragm in your chest to the pelvis. It contains all of the organs that digest your food, such as the stomach, small and large intestines, pancreas, gallbladder, and liver. It also contains the kidneys and the spleen. Over here, little fun fact. It says, did you know the famous 6-pack should be an 8-pack, as there are 4 vertical sections on each side. However, The bottom two sections are just above the pubic bone, so only 6 of the sections are visible. The muscle that forms the six-pack is the rectus abdominis. To get the six-pack look, you have to be very fit, eat well, and exercise. And now here, this talks about the different body systems. The human body is a very complex biological machine. There are many continuous processes and systems going on that work together to make human life function. There is the circulatory system, the nervous system, the respiratory system, the digestive system, the skeletal system, and the muscular system. Now it goes into a little more detail about each of the different systems. There's the reproductive system. Let's see. Here are some fun facts over here. You have all the muscle fiber you will ever have at birth. Once damaged, they can't be replaced. Arnold Schwarzenegger has as many muscle fibers as you. They're just thicker. A single muscle cell of the sartorius muscle in the thigh can be more than 12 inches long. There are more than 600 voluntary muscles in the body. The strongest muscle of the body is the masseter muscle, used for chewing. Your hand contains 20 different muscles. All of your muscles could pull in one direction. If all of your muscles could pull in one direction, you could create a force of 25 tons. Muscles account for approximately 40% of your body weight. It takes 17 muscles in your face to smile, but it takes 43 muscles to frown. And lastly, you take approximately 5 million steps per year using your leg muscles. And here, take a look at the arms. Okay. In mechanical terms, the shoulder is the most sophisticated and complicated joint in the body. The shoulder allows the arm to move in all directions, up and down, left and right, diagonally, in circles, and more. If you think of the other major joints in the body, the elbow and knee are hinge joints, allowing movement in one major direction. The ankle is also an amazing joint that allows for movement in many directions, but by far the greatest movement possible is from the shoulder. There's different sports that we use the shoulder, boxing, archery, baseball, football. This ingenious joint has allowed us to hunt, fight, use tools, and play sports. Look at these pictures and imagine the movements the shoulder needs to make to perform these actions. A little more about the joints and how they work. It's about the upper arms right here. The upper arm links the shoulder to the elbow. There is just one bone in the upper arm called the humerus. This is also sometimes known as the funny bone. Just a little fact here. When you bang the back of your arm near the elbow, you can receive a very strange and painful sensation right across your arm down to your hand. People often shout out, "Ouch, I've hit my funny bone." In fact, they are not hitting a bone at all. Instead, they are hitting the not very well protected nerve called the ulnar nerve. So a little about the elbow. Let's see. The elbow is the joint where the humerus, the upper arm bone, meets the radius, lower arm bone, and the ulna, another lower arm bone. The elbow allows the arm to bend, which means we can move our arms a lot more and do a variety of things such as push-ups, scratching our head, and perhaps most importantly, putting stuff in our mouths. Yep. There's a little fact here. Anyone for a game of tennis? If you overuse your elbow, like those playing lots of tennis or golf, you can end up with tendinitis. Tendinitis means swelling up of tendons. Because tendinitis of the elbow is common among men and women who play tennis, it is also commonly known as tennis elbow. So the lower arm here, the lower arm coming from the elbow down to the wrist is the lower arm. This is also known as the forearm. Did you know that in anatomy, the arm only refers to the upper arm between the shoulder and the elbow? The forearm has two bones going down from the elbow all the way to the wrist. They are the radius and the ulna. As the forearm is often fallen on or used to try to break a fall, it is one of the most commonly broken bones in the body. Okay, here we talk about the hands. our hands are very special because we are the only animal that can use them in a in a very complex way, such as using tools, writing and drawing, or even using a cell phone. And then over here it says, ew, students are filthy. In a study, only 55% of female and 47% of male high school students said they washed their hands after using the bathroom. Okay. It's a little about communication. Some scientists say 70% of communication between people is body language rather than talking. The majority of that 70% of communication would be gesticulation, moving your hands around as you speak or even just to express yourself. And here's a little about sign language. I always wanted to learn sign language. Isn't it cool to think that some people who are deaf speak to other people through sign language? Below is American Sign Language. It varies from country to country, just like speech does. I didn't know that. Here's how to say how are you. I think that's just the letters, like they're spelling it. Okay. So I think that's about half of the book. I think maybe we'll stop there with the hands, and maybe we'll come back to this book and read about all the rest of the body. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed.